How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Now, today I wanted to break down Gloucester versus the Exeter Chiefs, and what a dominant display, what a brilliant way to end off the weekend, and 79 points scored by Gloucester, the highest points they've ever scored in the Premiership. So before I continue to break down this game, please like and subscribe. A lot of people that do watch my content are not subscribed, so please hit that like button, subscribe if you do like the content, and let's continue on with breaking down this game. Now, Gloucester started off very, very strong. Gloucester, they just had it in them today. They have been performing pretty well in terms of the Premiership as of late, and to be honest, you can kind of see why. They've got some seriously good players. A lot of the players have been playing pretty well, especially when you're having players like Carreras, you have players like Anscombe, you have players like Thomas Williams. They got some serious talent, and unfortunately for Gloucester, things haven't exactly gone their way as of late. They did end up losing to the Saracens, and they also lost to Bath quite heavily. That was a 61-point beating, but they came through really strong in this game. And like I say, this, if you haven't watched it, check the highlights. It was an absolutely brilliant game. It was a masterclass in terms of passing, and to be honest, it really just felt like any time Gloucester got into Exeter Chiefs 22, they just gave up. They were breaking them constantly. The lines that were being run, the passes were fluid. It was quick, instant passes, boom, boom, handing off, on tackle, making ground, and then just laying it off, laying it off. And they just played well. Wade had a pretty damn good game, and he's catching up. So they just played as you would kind of expect a Gloucester team to play, a team that has been kind of pushing for a win, and today they really showed it. Gloucester don't exactly have the best win record up against Exeter, where I think in terms of the last 5 games they've only won once. So this was a real big statement win. This is also a very big win for them in the Premiership, bringing them just that little bit closer to fourth. And yeah, they they really dominated. They really dominated the Chiefs in this game, because we look at, first of all, the tries. They banged in 13 tries, 7 conversions, and at points it just felt like it was too easy. Carreras was just phenomenal. The guy was just breaking lines. Well, I think he had 4 line breaks throughout the game. You had Jack Singleton got bagged himself 15 points, got himself 3 tries. We saw Seb Atkinson getting himself 2 turnovers. Gareth Anscombe banging himself 12 tackles. Thomas Williams, 50 successful passes. And the list just goes on, and it just goes on. And they were really dominant throughout the entire game. I mean, we break down some of the stats here, right? So out of the game, 77 minutes, they were in the lead. Um, Exeter Chiefs did hold a vast majority of the possession in the last 10 minutes with 87%. But we look at line breaks, 12, turnovers 1, 10, possession, 56% possession. Yes, they had less territory, but they were also dominant in terms of tackles with 124 tackles. Um, then we break down into a little bit more of the stats. So, yes. So in terms of attacking, uh, Gloucester dominated in the 22-meter entries, 22-meter conversions, line breaks, kicks, defense. They were far dominant in tackles, tackles made, tackles missed, turnovers won, tackle turnovers, offloads allowed. They were just there. They had a very high tackle count, which was 124. They only missed 26 tackles. Like I said, banged in 10 turnovers, 4 tackle turnovers, and just 1 dominant tackle. But otherwise, they were They were dominant throughout the game. But the big thing that really got me was how effectively they were passing, how quickly they were running it down the line, and how quickly they were able to not only run it down the line, they managed to bring it back in with quick plays and just slicing open Exeter like they were butter. It really did feel like at points it was just far, far too easy. They were getting a try every couple minutes throughout the game, and yeah, if you look at it, they pretty much got a point almost every single minute throughout the game, and they just played phenomenally. I don't normally tend to do reviews on Gloucester, but from the game today, I had to put something out because this was a game that you can take your family to. This is a game you can take your friends to. You can take someone who's completely oblivious to rugby, and they would have a spectacular game. They would, this is a kind of game that can turn people's eye and make them very, very quick fans of the game, especially quick fans of Gloucester, because the way that they played today was, it was sexy, it was beautiful. They had rhythm to them, and they had rhythm to them. I love watching Gareth Anscombe play. Obviously, we saw how he played when he eventually ended up getting called up for Wales. But Thomas Williams, he kind of looked like he was back to his best. Carreras at 15, he was just silk. He the guy is just absolutely amazing. I do love watching Carreras play because he just makes things look easy. He's one of those players that when he plays, it looks he, he makes it look so easy that you think, you know what, I could do that. Like I could do that. That's easy. And then you actually go and try it, and then you see, maybe not so. Um, so yeah, Carreras had an absolutely brilliant, brilliant game. Ludlow had an absolutely amazing game as well. So we got to give credit to Atkinson, Morris. We got to give a lot of credit to Wade. I, if you've never watched Gloucester play, watch Wade. The guy is bloody phenomenal. And I think we are going to end up starting a drinking game for the amount of times that I say phenomenal, because these players truly, truly did play bloody well. So with this win, it opens Gloucester up to a couple things, right? So first of all, with this win, that leaves them on 46 points. We break down the teams ahead. So you have Bristol, who just lost to Northampton. That leaves them on 47 points. Sale are currently sitting on third with 48 points. And then Leicester are currently sitting second with 51 points. Now, I do think that second position is a little bit out of Gloucester's reach, but when you look at Bristol and Sale, this is definitely in their reach. Bristol are just coming off of a loss, and Sale are a team that you can never underestimate. Whether they're having a good game, whether they're having a horrible game, you would never want to cross them. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these last final games of the Premiership play out, because we look into Sale. They just came off of a big win over the Saracens. I believe it was 25-7. And like I say, they're a team that you never rule them out. They are a spectacular team that are able to break open pretty much any team that there is. So can Gloucester make the most out of their final games? And hoping that Sale and Bristol manage to mess up just enough for them to get into that third spot. It's definitely a possibility. Whether there's a high probability of it happening, only time will tell. But it is an option there for Gloucester to really take them to that next level, right? And potentially finish the season at third instead of fifth. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in relation to this game. First of all, I want to know what your favorite try was, and who was your man of the match, right? And then I also want to know what you guys think as to whether Gloucester can finish the Premiership third. I do feel and Leicester and Bath are just a little bit out of their reach as it stands, and I can't see them really getting anything from that. But third is definitely a possibility. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.